This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Rule. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, all eyes are on Tropical Storm Erica as meteorologists continue to track the movement of this system. On its current path and speed, the country stands to be impacted by Tropical Storm Erica by the end of the week. Erica is moving toward the west at near 20 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour with higher gusts. Some slow strengthening is possible during the next 48 hours. Now, we spoke with Chief Meteorologist Kirk James just a few moments ago.
If it continues on the path, holds together, and develops as the latest track, but it should affect us. It could affect us by early Sunday. However, let's emphasize that it's simply too far away, and we want the residents to monitor all the successive watches and warnings closely in the event that the Department of Meteorology put up some warnings, but nothing is up for the Bahamas right now. It's just too far away. We're looking for it to be in the northern leewards around Thursday. Approaching the southern Bahamas like mid to late Friday, and then the central islands early to mid Saturday, and the northwest islands around New Providence, Northern Andros, that's Sunday afternoon.
Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 80 miles from the center. James says residents across the Bahamas should continue to closely monitor this movement and be prepared.
I'll ask residents to maintain their vigilance and please pay close attention to each subsequent forecast, because weather is a watch science and the forecasts are updated. And the model runs every 6 hours, the main runs. So pay close attention via the media, social network. We pay too much attention to the social network where information oftentimes could be contrary, not verified, but the official source of the media.
Now, Erica is expected to reach hurricane strength by the time it reaches the northwest Bahamas on Sunday. And of course, you can stay tuned to the ZNS network for continued coverage. In other news, the Minister of Education and President of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce both had the opportunity to tour one of the island's local technical and vocational schools, Pioneer Technical Center. Our Kimberly Mullings got their impressions of the tour.
After a tour of Pioneer Technical Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce President Kevin Seymour was left impressed with the facility and believes that technical schools are important to the island's economy, as Grand Bahama is said to be the industrial center of the Bahamas.
We need to have a situation where persons who are coming up through our high schools and desirous of staying on the island can integrate into that sector, which it's common knowledge we have to import a lot of expatriates to fill jobs. And whilst that is necessary because there is a skills gap right now, schools like this, Pioneer Technical Center, is essentially closing that skills gap.
Seymour commended the faculty of Pioneer Technical for implementing such skillful and necessary programs at the center. He also added that he was pleased with the enrollment.
Most of the students are male, and whilst I don't have a problem with female students, I believe females just throughout educational facilities in the country are excelling way ahead of males. So when I come into any institution and I see that the majority of the students are male, I am heartened by that.
President of Pioneer Technical Center, Acne Anderson, invited the Minister of Education to tour the institution in hopes of establishing a partnership with the ministry.
We're training the young men and young ladies. Not only do we want to train the young persons coming out of school or in school, we want to train also the persons that are out of school. We also want to train those young persons that don't know what they want to do. Instead of staying home, they can pick up a trade, and the shipyard, container port, Bahama Rock, as they are about to expand, they're going to be looking for employees, welders and manufacturers on the increase right now.
Friday, Education Minister the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, during a press conference, said he was pleased to see the opportunities that Pioneer Technical Center offers to Bahamians at all levels.
We are speaking with them, of course, to see how we could continue to work from a public-private partnership to integrate into our educational system access to these sort of training facilities, particularly in specialized areas like welding. And we know that there's great opportunities not only here in Grand Bahama, but throughout the country for welders. And so I was very impressed at the operations and the extent of the infrastructure they have in place for training.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Kim. Well, with the new school year just a few days away, a number of schools are preparing the classrooms for students. Most teachers went back to school on Monday, and principal at the Freeport Primary School, Barbara Thompson, says they have a full complement of staff and the teachers are ready. She adds that registration for new students for grade 1 has been slow, but there are a number of new students from the private school sector, New Providence, and the other Family Islands as well.
This school year, we will be focusing mainly on literacy and numeracy because those are our weak areas, and we are looking at implementing a number of programs to assist the students in these areas. My expectations this year from students in particular is high achievements. They haven't really performed the way that they should have, I would say, in the last school year, and so we are hoping to see improvement, particularly, like I said previously, in literacy and numeracy.
Now, there were a number of repairs that also took place at the school as well.
We had a lot of repairs that have taken place this holiday, and basically we did a lot of structural work. We had a lot of cracks in the wall, and the teachers have gotten their classrooms painted. We got a lot of supplies for them to work with, and so I think we are well on the way.
And the Big John's establishment in Bimini held its annual back-to-school jamboree yesterday. Megan Shepherd was in Bimini for the event.
Staff members of Big John's working together to pack school bags for the children of Bimini, filling them with binders, composition books, pencils, rulers, sharpeners, and more. While the restaurant has been in the community for some time, manager Arturo Proyo says the new management has been around for the past 3 years. He says they love the community and felt it necessary to do their part to make a difference.
We feel very humbled to have the privilege to give back to the beautiful community of Bimini. Big John is part of that community. Big John's, without the community of Bimini, Big John's couldn't exist. So we've kind of, it's a privilege, but at the same time, it's a must. It's help the kids, help the children, because they are the future, and Bimini has a great future, and we need the children to be prepared for that future.
Bar manager Philando Jalen says the children are always excited about the annual event, and he is sure the school supplies will greatly impact the students. From preschool to high school, students fill the restaurant with smiles to receive their gifts.
We have like close to 250 bags and material for school stuff, and basically that's it. And then we're trying to give back to the community because we realize that children is our future.
Now the recipients say thanks to the generosity of Big John's, they feel one step closer to being prepared for the new school year. They say they'll be sure to put these school supplies to good use.
I'd like to say thank you very much for giving out all these books and bags, because we really need it.
I feel very excited about the Give Back Day because some people around the world don't really have the experience to have a back to school things for pencils and books and backpacks and stuff. So it really gives me confidence that one day I'll grow up and I'll do something just like this.
They do this thing every year. I feel like this is a very nice thing for the school and parents, especially those who are struggling.
The bar and restaurant has been giving back for the past 3 years now, and managers say it is an initiative that will continue in the years to come. Megan Shepherd, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A local business establishment continuing an annual tradition to encourage young people to study the Word of God. And one lucky youngster drove away in a brand new vehicle. Sabrina Brown has the details.
Hundreds of young people once again took up the challenge to study the Bible for most of the summer break. After searching the scriptures and taking a final exam, participants of the 15th annual Frank's Bible Summer Program gathered at the Grand Lucayan Resort for the big announcement on Sunday. Commending Frank Oughton for his efforts, the Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, said the program is truly a God-given vision.
Every scripture inspired by God is also profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, for instruction, which is in righteousness, that the man or woman of God may be complete, furnished completely to every good work.
Minister Darville encouraged the young people using his life story of how he came from humble beginnings, overcame many obstacles to complete college, and is now a minister of the government.
Your present circumstance do not dictate what your future would be. Always remember that. Never does. You see, the journey to success is perseverance, hard work, and always remembering where you come from.
He told the young people that the country is depending on them as they are the future nation builders.
Young people, we're counting on you to ensure that the future of our nation is bright. Biblical principles is one of the key elements to accomplish this goal.
And then came the moment they were all waiting for, the announcement of the winner of the grand prize, a brand new Jaguar. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Let this wait, please. Nice. And now it's time to ask the doctor.
I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Welcome. Ebony asks, Dr. Pratt, when I was younger, I had pretty bad acne. I was able to clear it up over the years, but I've been left with horrible scars all over my face. What is the best way to treat acne scars? Thanks for asking such a great question, Ebony. Acne scars are very stubborn, and there is not one single treatment that is best for everyone. There are, however, various things that you can do to improve your complexion. The first thing you should do is consult with a doctor who is a specialist in dermatology or skin conditions. If your acne scars are red or swollen, you can try using a cortisone cream. This will help to calm the skin a bit. Cortisone is absorbed by the skin cells, and it works by reducing inflammation. You do not need a prescription in order to buy skin creams with cortisone. After the inflammation of your skin has been reduced, you will want to concentrate on lightening any dark areas that the scars may have left. There are some natural skin products that may help. Look for skin creams containing ingredients such as kojic acid, which is a natural skin lightener that comes from mushroom extract arbutin, which comes from burberry and evergreen bush extract, or vitamin C. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
That's Ricardo Liveborn has a check on sports when we return.
Everybody, welcome to Sports with Ricardo Liveborn. Feeling pretty good tonight because Bahamas has got its first medal at IWF World Championships in Beijing, China. Compliments of Grand Bahamas Jeffrey Gibson. The 400-meter hurdles earlier today was a pleasure, and I carried on like a fool.
Final of the men's 400-meter hurdles. Michael Tinsley in the red has certainly got away from the Kenyan on his inside, and he's gaining ground a little bit on Kudryavtsev of Russia, but Kudryavtsev running well and is now gaining on Gibson outside him. So it's Kudryavtsev in 6 and Tinsley in 5, I think, who's probably leading at the 200-meter point. The Russian in the blue is running a splendid bend as well. Outside him, Clement and Bet also going okay, but it's Kudryavtsev of Russia with Clement for the United States, the old experienced protector. Tinsley having problem at that hurdle. Kudryavtsev is still in the lead, but right on the outside it's Bet of Kenya, and Bet running strongly, but stutters a little bit into that hurdle. It's all to play for, but it's still Bet who's coming through. Bet, the Kenyan, takes it. Kudryavtsev dips for second place.
Jeffrey securing the bronze medal and spoke about his race.
The first 2 hurdles were good. I kind of dragged my leg a little. The third one or fourth one, I ended up having to go over my left leg, and that was something different for me, but I knew that wasn't something that can spoil the race. You know, there's still about 350 meters to go. You can still do it. So, getting to the 200, the last curve, that is where you really see everyone and you kind of sum up where you are in the race and what you need to do. You know, I realized that everyone was still there. I didn't know who was behind me and who was able to rally forward. But, you know, with the people who I saw in my peripheral, they were still within striking distance. So, you know, tried to strike.
And I want to say a very special thank you to Brent Stubbs from the Tribune for making sure we were able to get that interview for you tonight. Also, Shawnee Miller earned a spot on the men's 400 meters as far as her race today, 50.12 seconds. She's the third fastest time. Allison Felix, United States, is actually the fastest at 49.89 seconds. Jamaican Sharika Jackson, 50.03, and that's the second fastest. They're going to run about, say, 8:40 or so on Thursday. Should be a pretty good one as well. Also qualifying today in the 200 meters, Grandma Mr. Ray Smith, also 20.91 seconds. Failed to advance, though. But again, I was like a nut this morning watching Jeff run. Being heavyweight boxer Sherman Tank Williams, folks, preparing for yet another showdown internationally. And he talking smack.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sherman Tank Williams, current Bahamas heavyweight champion, former Asian Pacific, China Zone and IBO champion, former WBC, WBA, WBF Fede Caribe champion, and I am 2 times WBF champion, title that I will be contesting for again in Galati, Romania. The last time I fought for the WBF Federation, I fought Evander Holyfield. I beat him from pillow to post. He quit in the 3rd round. The rematch never took place. 2015, I got the opportunity again, this time against tough Romanian Christian Hammer. And I will do the same as I've done before. I'll go abroad and represent the Bahamas. It's been important to me to always carry my flag throughout Europe, Russia, and Asia. And come August 16, the Bahamas flag will fly again in Romania as we celebrate a victory for the WBF world title. I'd like to give thanks to all my Bahamian supporters, especially the Ministry of Sports and Ministry of Tourism, all of whom my long, lustrous career wouldn't have been possible today.
Well, actually, Tank has had a pretty good heavyweight bout so far. Started in 1997 actually fighting. He's got 52 fights in his belt, 37 wins, 27 KOs, 11 losses, and 3. Those are by draws and a 1 no contest. So not bad for the Tank. He's going to be okay. And I tell you what, it's been a wonderful day for sports. And tomorrow we're going to see what happens. Levan Sands and Carly Mins. They're also in triple jump tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get something else going as far as that is concerned. That's your look at sports tonight.